Motel Madness, based on a true story. Alice, an adventurous backpacker, stopped at an old motel along a remote country road to charge her phone and recharge for the next journey. She woke up just after midnight. She heard muffled sounds through the thin walls. It sounded as if the neighbor room had a prostitute over. At first, the sounds were discreet, but soon they escalated, intense and lively noises of pleasure and delight. Alice tried to fall back asleep, but the walls were thin and a great deal could be heard. After a while, the sounds became more like desperate cries, cries of fear, pain, and cry for help. From her bed, Alice felt panic grip her. She lay completely still, frozen with terror, as the ominous sounds filled the motel. With trembling hands, she grabbed her phone and called the police. The voice on the other end assured her that help was on the way. Time felt endless as the cries continued, growing increasingly desperate and full of pain. It felt like an eternity. When she looked at the time, she saw that only 2 minutes had passed since she had called the police. Where are they? Suddenly, as if someone had pressed a button, everything fell silent. The sudden silence was almost deafening, a frightening contrast to the earlier intense screams. From the half-covered window, she saw a figure slowly emerging out from the room. With a sense of determination and despair, she crept silently toward the window, clutching her iPhone tightly in her hand. She aimed her phone's camera at the hidden figure through the window. A flash from the phone filled the surroundings for a moment. Alice froze in fear. The man turned toward the window. Without hesitation, threw himself through the glass. Alice saw the bloodied figure rise from the floor, deeply wounded by the sharp edges of the glass. She sprang to her feet and rushed toward the bathroom. But before she could reach it, the man grabbed her hair with violent force. She fell flat on her head first to the floor. Alice watched as he, clutching a large tuft of her hair in his hand, drew closer. Blood dripped slowly down his stomach, arms, and face as panic overwhelmed her mind. Her vision began to darken, and just before she sank into unconsciousness, suddenly 3 sharply fired gunshots were heard. In the shocking silence, she felt a heavy, bloody body fall over her, and the world vanished. Follow at the Creepysterage for your daily dose of creepins.